this educated Black woman deserves and expects to be respected.
So I have a word to America today. Black women are sick and tired of being sick and tired. We see what you think about us, that you believe it is acceptable to sexualize and attack us, that you don't believe it's worthy of mentioning, but more importantly, of condemning. So it makes them mad when I speak from the perspective of an African American living an African American experience. What can I say? I live the experience of a Black woman who is attacked and over-sexualized.
I don't know when Fanny Pack Willis is going to ever learn that God don't like ugly and you really should not be in his church, but she goes back time after time after time after time to spew her nonsense. And so she recently went back to church to spew more nonsense, and she was talking about how she has been over sexualized, how her name, the Fanny Pack Willis name, has been taking, they're just disrespecting her and disrespecting her name. And so I'm going to play a short bit of that just so you get more context in reference to how she's saying she's being over sexualized. But the very next day, the man who did the sexualizing with her is on a program where she is being defamed and being just, I mean, the jokes was on Fani, right? The jokes was on her. So let's take a look at that, and then we're going to get into the skit with Marlon Wayans and Nathan Wade, the bumbling bee.
I've heard from friends of all religious backgrounds and all races, really disgusted that in God's house, ugliness against women is celebrated and not condemned.
The remarks came less than 24 hours after Willis filed a motion to dismiss the appeal that is seeking to have her removed from the case. If the motion is denied, the Georgia Court of Appeals will hear arguments in October. Willis did not directly address the case, but did say she would continue to work toward what she calls her mission to make sure justice serves every member of the public.
I have caused others so much fear by having the audacity to work towards my oath every day to make sure Lady Justice works hard for, hear me on this, that Lady Justice works hard every day to serve all of her constituents.
Former Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade sat in the back of the audience but did not make any remarks. And like Willis, he did not take questions after the speech. His romantic relationship with Willis led to the initial hearings, which resulted in him stepping down from the case. Now, the proceedings are on hold until the Georgia Court of Appeals makes a final ruling on the appeal filed by Trump and his co-defendants. Kara Spelger, 11 Alive News.
Seen that, heard that, good. So the performance you just saw there is allegedly Fani Willis was called a hoe by Rudy Giuliani, and so she took it to the pulpit of the church to address her grievances because she is not a hoe, and she's being portrayed in the media as a hoe, as a woman who cannot keep her legs closed, a woman who is out here getting her coochie clapped all over the country. That's what she's being portrayed of, as a hoe. But she is saying, I am not a hoe. I am a child of God. And how dare you call me out of my name, because I am sick and tired of being sick and tired of being sick and tired of being called out of my name, because my name is Fanny and people want to call me Fanny. And so that was what her whole setup was there. So, but I just find it interesting that the very next day, her lover, Nathan Wade, sits down with Marlon Wayans in this comedy skit where he over sexualizes her, disrespects her, disrespects him as well, but he sat there and he laughed about it, and he tried to push back and say, yeah, well, some of it was not like that, but again, friend, he sat there and he took it as he made sexual jokes in reference to your fanny pack.